It is my honor to introduce Ms. Ann Chow, a distinguished member of the CSX Board of Directors. Well, Ann, thank you for joining us today. Can you share a bit about your heritage and how it has shaped your personal and professional journey?
Sure. Thanks so much, Leslie, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with the One CSX team. So I'm a proud second-generation American. My parents immigrated to the United States from their native country of Taiwan in the 60s. They instilled in me and my younger brother foundational values that have carried with me throughout my life and throughout my professional career. Important pillars like the value of education, the importance of service and giving back, the value of being at your best and doing your best at all times. And so my heritage and my culture and my background and my origin story have had everything to do with the path that I've taken.
Great. And were there any particular challenges or opportunities you faced as an AAPI individual navigating the business world?
Yeah, I would say that in the early parts of my career, I was very, very conscious of who I was, in the sense of I wasn't really comfortable in my skin. I, growing up, was one of very, very few people of my ethnic origin. And so I always felt like I had this trouble fitting in. I didn't quite fully belong. I didn't belong as an Asian. I didn't fully feel American, even though I was born here. And so I carried that a little bit into the early parts of my career until I realized that my unique background and strengths and perspective were actually an asset. And that authentic part of me was really what I brought to the table in terms of my own skills and my own experiences and my own perspectives. And so there were challenges. Many of them were within myself. They were also with others who might perceive me in a certain way. And I learned to work through that, in terms of understanding somebody's intent, looking at every moment as a moment for learning and education, and really just being flexible as it relates to building relationships and working with other people.
So, how does celebrating AAPI Heritage Month align with CSX's commitment to One CSX values and behaviors and fostering a collaborative culture?
When I think about One CSX and I think about our values and the behaviors we're looking to instill, and the values that are foundational to all of us, I think of things like safety, operational excellence, one team, collaboration, a commitment to customer service, and a commitment to inclusion. And for me, celebrating AAPI Heritage Month, as well as any other month for that matter, is all about building that culture of togetherness, that culture of belonging. Because we are all on the same team, we're all working towards the same objectives. Our customers are our customers, our shareholders are our shareholders. And so I think it's so important to be able to recognize every person on this team for their individuality, which includes their culture and their heritage, to respect it, to learn about it, to help learn from others and widen our perspectives so that together as one team, we can have greater performance and have an incredible impact in the marketplace.
And what advice would you share with employees and leadership on fostering an environment that values diverse perspectives?
Yeah, diversity is just a reality of the modern world. No two of us are the same. We want to foster that type of openness, that type of collaboration, that type of understanding. My advice to people would be to listen, to keep an open mind, to understand that everyone brings to the table and to our team something unique and a wonderful set of unique experiences and perspectives that make our whole even better. And that is a way that we stay on top of innovation. That's the way that we stay ahead of the market. And that's the way that together we elevate our performance for incredible impact.
That's great advice. Thank you. And how can employees at all levels contribute to creating meaningful representation for underrepresented groups like the AAPI community?
Yeah, I actually think that this is more about having the right culture of common values, of embracing different beliefs and perspectives, is more than just representation. Representation is basically table stakes. But what we want as many different types of voices, unique voices and perspectives as possible. We want to give stage to and empower those voices, right? We also want to share our power and influence and our platform with each other so that we can collaborate together. Representation can be perceived as a passive thing, and it is not about representation. It's about contribution. It is about excellence. It is about results, right? It is about making a difference in the market for our customers, shareholders, and all of our stakeholders, our union partners, all of our stakeholders around the country. For me, it goes far beyond representation. Yes, representation is vital, it's important, but it's just the first step and should always be based on a lens towards what can we contribute as individuals and what can we contribute together as one team.
And what message would you like to share with the CSX team as they work together to build a One CSX culture?
What I would say to the One CSX team is, first of all, thank you for all you do every day in every way. This company, this great team is such an integral part of the vital infrastructure of this great country. And the role that every single one of you play is critical. But we can always do better, right? The bar is always being raised more and more, right? And we've got to make investments. We've got to make investments together in our business. We have to make investments in each other. In order to grow our business, we must grow ourselves. And so we can take months like the AAPI Heritage Month, which is reflective of people whose culture hails from over 75 countries, around the world. We can take these types of months and celebrations to help ourselves grow, to learn more about each other, to help us better connect with each other and form meaningful relationships that help us perform even better than we are today as one team.
Well, thank you, Anne, for being here and having this important conversation with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Leslie, for having me, and cheers to a wonderful AAPI Heritage Month.
Thank you.